Hey everybody, thanks for coming back. If you don't know who I am, let me introduce myself briefly. My name's Jeff Desiato. I'm an aspiring actor, a local realtor, and the host of Discover Springford. I recently released a free book called Real Person, Real Needs. One realtor's quest to be authentic and generous in the midst of a superficial and self-centered industry. I recently went through a time of introspection and reflection. This time, coupled with the difficult time my family went through with having to move, led me to make a fundamental shift in the way I do business. I decided to stop begging people. Most people in sales-driven industries don't call it begging. They don't like the negative connotations. What I was told when I got into real estate is that you need to spend 2 hours a day on the phone with your sphere of influence, asking them for referrals. Begging, essentially. But we couldn't let them know that we were begging. Oh no. We had to be providing value. That's why they have scripts. So you can dupe your friends and family into listening to your sales pitch. So you can cleverly overcome their objections because you know that they really want to help you grow your business. I was made to feel guilty for not picking up the phone and calling you to ask for referrals. I was told that I must not want to be successful because I was not comfortable knocking on doors to solicit new clients. And on top of that, I was not having much success, so they must be right. God forbid that I should object to the tried and true methods of successful real estate agents. But let's be honest, I never call people. So why else would I be calling them now that I work in a sales-driven industry if not for selfish reasons? It seemed disingenuous, and even more so since I personally loathe getting unsolicited calls from people who try to sell me something. But I see it time and time again, even with friends of mine who get into the sales industry. They go from being normal people to people always finding ways to steer the conversation back to their exciting new business opportunity. A lot of people are put off by the way I talk about the sales industry, but I have to be honest with my perspective. And here's how I see it. I chose to get into this business. I chose to forgo a steady paycheck. Why is that my friends' or family's problem? Why should I be persistently asking them for referrals and making them feel guilty that I won't succeed without them? Is it their problem whether my business endeavors succeed or fail? I dealt with a similar thing when I was still in a band. I'd watch other no-name artists beg their fans to fund their projects and throw out statements like, if we don't reach our goal in the next 12 hours, we won't be able to record the songs that we wrote. I'm sorry, did I ask you to write songs and record them? No. Then why are you asking me to fund your dream? So many people would love to be able to get paid to do something they love, but they can't. If you can't fund your dream, then maybe you should try improving at your craft and putting in the work instead of shortcutting the system by asking other people for money. Money that could be used for much more noble purposes than getting you a CD with your name on it that will probably only be heard by the people who sponsored its production. It just seems a bit illogical in my head. But it works. Not with me, but with countless others. And that's the thing. Cold calling, door knocking, begging, it works. Just like those people who stand on the side of the road with signs begging for money. They do get people who will give them money, otherwise they wouldn't do it. But there are also people who are paid by an employer to stand outside and hold signs for a business. 50 to 70% off, going out of business, everything must go. You know what I'm talking about. What's the difference between these two people? They're basically doing the same thing, right? But one is asking for a handout, and the other is pointing people to something bigger than themselves. In the case of the latter person, the business has been established. The work's been done to get it off the ground. It provides value to people, and it's that sign holder's job to spread the word. And interestingly enough, no one considers those people as being beggars. No one is thinking ill of the business for asking for customers. Instead, the signs are there to attract the right kind of customer. People who understand the value being offered. I like to see myself more in the latter example. Instead of begging, asking people for a handout, asking people for a referral to help me grow my business, I would rather point people to my business and show them how it's beneficial for them to work with me over others in my industry. And then it's up to them whether they want to use me or not. Now, I know some of you who are familiar with Discover Springford may say, hey, you have a Patreon campaign where you're asking people to support you for your show. I see that as a little bit different because I'm going to continue to produce the show regardless of whether anyone wants to contribute to the show. And that's how I justify it. Some people have asked how they can support the show, so I decided, hey, here's an easy way to handle it. But Discover Springford will always be there, regardless of whether I ever have anybody contributing to the cause. Instead of spending 2 hours a day calling people, how about spending that 2 hours building a platform that will help people in the community? For instance, a platform that gives money from every real estate transaction to help Habitat for Humanity. Instead of interrupting people and encroaching on their day by showing up on their doorstep unannounced, how about providing consistent content so that people can get to know the real me at their convenience? That's why I have a podcast. That's why I write a blog and why I produce videos and why I have built a media company. So that any time, day or night, people can find out all they need to know about me and whether they would like to do business with me. This helps me weed out those who would never want to work with me. More importantly, people I would never want to work with. I watch realtors everywhere chasing people down and wasting valuable time on people who will never be their clients. How about using your time to find ways to attract the right kind of people to you? So here I am, finding new and hopefully creative ways to point people to something bigger than me, to find people who value authenticity and generosity, people who want to use their real estate sale or purchase to help others have a safe place to call home. My business platform has been established. The work's been done to get it off the ground. It provides value to people, and it's my job to spread the word. Instead of begging, my hope is to attract people to me who think like I do, and subtract those who don't. If you would like to know more about this platform, I encourage you to go to realpersonrealneeds.com and download a free copy of my book. There you will find out all you need to know about me and maybe some things you wish you hadn't known about me. But until my next video, thanks for watching and Godspeed.